talk about it now, I guess. I didn't know we were supposed to dress up for this one. I'm me.
I literally went shopping before the pod, and this shit is so fire. I had to put that shit on, David. Clearly, greatest
Ryan,
Halloween costume of my life. I have a
Ryan's
whip.
Indiana
I bought
Jones.
a purse. I got a belt. I got boots.
I have a whip too, but it wasn't. Never mind. Ryan,
Watch you whip a nene.
no show Friday for Halloween.
Yeah, it's just gonna be too tight.
No Halloween show, and next Tuesday I have a thing. We do have actual jobs. That's what makes this a little trickier.
You have something to do on Tuesday? What are you, fucking gay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of state, Ryan, for a thing. It'll be all right.
Are you going racing, David?
No. It's literally it's literally for work. It's just out of state.
Oh, training. Cool, man. Enjoy yourself. Safe travel. You flying or you driving?
Driving. It's just Ohio. Ryan, on the show today.
4-hour drive for you.
3.5. It's not 3.5. It's not super.
Columbus?
Well, three. No, it's in it's in the Cleveland-ish area. It's not really Cleveland, but it's kind of like people. Yeah, it's kind of like people would call certain suburbs Buffalo just because it's easier to describe as Buffalo. Let's just say I'm in Cleveland.
Euclid? You going to Euclid?
Hey, there it is. Nailed it. Ryan.
Dude, when you're serious question, when you're in Euclid, you will be by West Brooklyn.
Okay.
I live there. You'll be like
West Brooklyn,
7 streets away. You going to the Dodge dealership over there by like the 480 or whatever it is?
No, I will be at a different manufacturer dealer. Ryan, we talk about stuff that will get us killed on the show, so I'm gonna Euclid, Ohio.
You can't kill Indiana Jones. Clearly.
Well, you know what Ryan. I'm just here to tell you, they can kill anybody they want to kill. The main topic tonight, I'm just gonna get right into the clip because this is mind blowing to me, Ryan.
Am I about to watch a murder?
No.
All right,
Ryan. Do you know? All right, let me try to lead up with this a couple different ways. One, does everyone remember Netanyahu talking about how all of Ricky Berwick and Indiana Jones? Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Who the fuck is Ricky Berwick?
I'm not even going to pretend I know who that is. I'm looking it up. Ricky Berwick?
Is it just a man with
if it's just a dude with a oh, it's the fucking retarded kid. Okay, that's fair. I didn't know that was his name. All right, real funny. That's funny. He does have a mustache.
Is that kid a rope? Is that a kid?
Yeah, for sure. Legend.
Dude, where do you live? I gotta meet you.
I'll give you credit.
Meet and greet for $1, dude. I'll meet and greet you for $1.
I'm not even gonna fucking lie. That's funny.
That's pretty good, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. There he is. That's Ricky Berwick. So to set this up, Netanyahu had told us that all of Gaza was booby trapped, right? The Hamas booby trapped all of Gaza. Okay,
super booby trapped. Well, clearly, David, if Indiana Jones was there, I'd be able to dismantle all those booby traps.
Oh, do you remember the story from a little while back? Israel blew up like a bunch of pagers from like Hamas apparently used pagers. I don't know what fucking
pagers.
Yeah, pagers.
Like the fucking
like way back in the day before like I don't know voicemail and stuff. You would have pagers. Does everyone
before like cell phones, David?
Yeah.
Fucking voicemail, dude. There wasn't cell phones.
Well, apparently Hamas had pagers, and they like detonated all the pagers in like Hamas's I don't know belt. I don't know.
To be honest, they were using pagers as explosive device. I do remember this as like IEDs back in the.
Perfect. Okay, so those two stories. Now, with those two stories in mind, here is an ex-Mossad agent. Just the scale of what he's talking about is incredible.
Did you see any surprises in Gaza?
Surprises?
Yeah.
Like you mean intelligence surprises?
Pages, walkie-talkies. Do you know how many treated equipment do we have in these countries? You don't. I do.
You mean you mean booby-trapped equipment?
Not only booby-trapped.
And spying.
Manipulated equipment. All right.
In which countries you're talking about?
All the countries that you can imagine.
And not Gaza?
Not Gaza. Not
Nothing in
enough.
Gaza at all.
Did you see that? If we had it, I mean, we knew something about them coming. Something, right? I would have sold them everything. Just everything. I mean, you can't imagine the quantity. When I have invented that method, that was in 2002 to 2004.
The pager method.
The manipulated equipment method. Okay? We have already used it. Manipulated equipment in Second Lebanon War. Some of the elements were speaking to us.
How did you use it?
Want a glass of water?
We can get some brandy.
He can tell you. He can tell you, but he didn't.
I know it's an early morning in London. I mean, I don't think that is the case, but we do.
He had manipulated equipment, Ryan. Manipulated equipment. Not booby-trapped. Not only booby-trapped. Manipulated, Ryan. Where is all this equipment? Oh, it's in any country. Any country. But not Gaza.
Was he saying that the Israel government manipulated equipment, or is he saying that Hamas?
Yes. No. He's ex-Mossad. He's saying Israel has been doing this since 2002, he said.
Yes, which is the war on terror. I literally remember them. Because the pager, you would call the pager, your pager would go off and give you a phone number, then you go to payphone, use payphone to call the number. They flipped it that they would load it with an explosives and they'd call the pager number and that would force it to detonate and it would explode. So Mossad invented that. We were told that that was a terrorist act by the other Middle East countries, like Iraq and Afghanistan, for example.
I don't remember that story. You're saying during the Al-Qaeda was using that against us?
Yeah, look this up. This is a George Bush era thing. I literally remember this.
Hold on, I don't remember this at all. Hold on.
Yeah, because when you call a pager, it gives you a number, so they inverted it that they would call. That's how I'm pretty sure they would do suicide bombing that way. They would have the guy strapped up and it'd be all attached to a pager as the detonator, and they would just dial the phone call. It would buzz the pager, and the pager would blow up the guy like it was part of the IED.
Hold on.
You're also saying what we're supposed to be gathering from this video. I'm a little clueless, mostly because I'm Indiana Jones today, not Rhyme, but or that retard in the wheelchair. Is he trying to insinuate that there is tampered with devices all over the country that Israel has access to detonate whenever they want?
I don't. Yes, that is what it sounds like to me.
I also just seen a thing that the Secret Service, Alex Jones had a guy on, that allegedly Israel was caught planning recording security equipment on Secret Service agents' vehicles.
Well, Ryan, of course they are. No pagers causing autism in Amish country. That's correct. Yeah, apparently we don't care about that though. Remember when Tucker
Dude, this Skidder Rove dude is great. We should have him on the show as a guest.
When Tucker Carlson interviewed Ted Cruz, of course, Ted Cruz did not really seem to care that our greatest ally was spying on us.
Oh, they're really bad at it, David.
Yeah, well, they're not very good. Yeah,
they're so good that
they're not good. But part of his justification for sending them money is so we could have their intelligence that he says isn't very good.
It's so good that Monica Lewinsky was blowing the president for Israeli purposes. Look, if you're going to get somebody, that's the way to do it. It's always the girls.
So yes, and this is.
I'm a little whacked out that you can't find the
I couldn't.
pager bombing during the George Bush administration and the war on terror.
It said a lot of different IEDs and stuff like that, but nothing specifically on pagers.
Man, I literally remember this.
I can.
You ain't got to break your neck, David. I have a photographic memory, and I'm sick of people not believing me, especially Get a Rope.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
That's dope. What is it? I know it's Sarah.
2024, 2000. Red Scorpio and Falcon car alarm pagers received have been. Oh, I wonder if this is not a pager like a pager you're thinking of. Hold on.
Look, I'm gonna level with you. Like I know that's what they were doing. Like it works that way. I also wonder, now that I'm an electrician, David, how close am I to like being able to make bombs? You know, like, not that I'm trying to YouTube. I'm just like genuinely curious. Like, at what point can I be a bomb technician?
So there's it's saying Red Scorpio and Falcon car alarm pager receivers. A large number of Red Scorpio and Falcon car alarm pager receivers have been recovered in Iraq since 2003. The commercial use of Red Scorpio system is an anti-theft pager, which is used in conjunction with a standard car alarm. When a car alarm activates, a voltage output enables the transmitter to send an encoded signal to the pager. When the pager receives the encoded signal, the pager will display visual and audio output to inform individuals that their car is being tampered with, such as a car system. When the system is utilized as an RCIED, the transmitter is used to transmit the pager that receives the signal and activates using either the voltage from the pager LED or the loudspeaker to initiate a detonator, usually via a relay. Huh. Pager bomb, RCIED. All right, let me go back to Grok.
Hold on. It just said the only thing it does is it just needs a relay. Like, all they use. Wow.
Oh, Sister DU9. I remember that during the Gulf War, they configured the pagers to blow up. All cell phones can be receivers.
I told you. This is not known as son.
Okay. Okay. Al-Qaeda RCIED. Radio controlled and promotes explosives to target U.S. troops and coalition forces.
Yeah,
but they detonated remotely using a wireless signal, cell phone, garage door opener, key fob, toy, car remote, or pagers in some cases. Okay, Grok, so why didn't you get it the first time?
Fucking asshole. He had to prove me wrong. I told you, Grok. We had photographic memory.
So, yeah. So this guy's saying, yeah, since 2002, Israel had this method. He's saying we've used it in the past. They clearly used it recently. Al-Qaeda must have had this technology. Where did they get the technology from? Did they make it themselves?
Right. They were probably shown by the Israeli government. David, but it said for just from my understanding as an electrician, it said it basically uses it and then pumps the power through a relay, and then the relay would go to whatever.
It says when the system is utilized as an RCID, which is a remote controlled
explosive device.
Explosive device, yes. The transmitter is used to transmit to the pager that receives the signal and activates using either the voltage from the pager LED or the loudspeaker to initiate the detonator, usually via a relay.
I wonder if it's like an actual relay in there. Like a relay is a thing in electrical components, or they're just saying the term relay like it relays it, like a internet connection is a relay back and forth.
Well, I can tell you, it absolutely does not look sophisticated. Let me just lay that out.
No, well, they were killing all of our, Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden lived in a cave, so.
This looks like I made it.
Okay, so a bomb, so they got a battery. Holy fuck. That's it, dude. That's all it took. A page bomb. What year is this article from?
Let me find out. I think it said 2003. Let me go back. I think it was listed on the homepage. Let's say. It does not say.
Interesting.
Now, the question I have, because I saw this in the way my brain works.
I see where you're going.
Do you? Wait, hold on. You go then. I want to see if we're on the same page.
They booby trapped all of Gaza and blew it up, blamed it on Hamas, and they used pagers.
Okay. I did kind of have that thought. I'm not going to lie, but that wasn't the main thought I had.
Right.
But yes, I did kind of think that, like, I don't know what would be most likely, I suppose.
You know how fucked up it'd be if like they gave them away, like, all right, look, we're gonna give you guys these pagers. Like the government hands them out, like, we're gonna give you pagers and we're gonna call you, and then you got to get to a payphone, and then you'll call us back, and they just wire them all to blow up, and they give out pagers to all the Palestinians, and then they just hit fucking send, and it just blows up the whole city.
Crazy. That's crazy. First of all, that technology even exists, but
it's super lo-fi technology, dude. Like,
well, I know that's the
fucking RC car.
But here's the other thing though. Like, okay, if Israel's been doing this since 2002, what is our military doing? Like, imagine the scale of this. Israel has, according to this guy, right, who was an ex-Mossad agent, who claims, and I don't know, claims he invented this in 2002. He's saying they have this manipulated devices in any country you can imagine, was his words. Any country you can imagine. So then scale that to our military. What do we have floating out there?
Sure, Trump is starting nuclear testing since the first time since 1992.
Does a nuke? Let me take it this far. Does a nuke matter anymore? Like when we hear well, hold on. When we hear things like, well, you don't want that guy in charge. He's going to have his finger on the button, as if there's a big red button on the desk that Trump launches all the nukes we have.
Big red button.
Okay, that's pretty crazy. Nukes obviously cause mass destruction, especially the amount of nukes we have. We could do some serious damage. But I don't know. Are there other buttons where you could just be like, Syria, pager bombs, or whatever form of whatever our military is doing?
David, do you remember when the Samsung phone was blown up on people's faces?
Well, it was just a battery shortage, right? Batteries were shorting up. They got hot.
Or was it given a certain frequency and the relay inside the phone tripped
it? It was probably a software update, right?
Did they try unplugging the phone and plugging it back in?
Well, let me see if I can find. There was another clip I saw. Let me see if I can find it.
I say that because lithium ion is a hell of an accelerant. You actually, if you put lithium, I think if you try to put lithium out with water, right, it just fucking gets worse. But lithium by itself, like if you just open it and air gets to it, it can combust or something crazy.
I don't know if I'll be able to find this clip. Oh,
I mean, dude, can you turn a fucking e-cig into a bomb?
I don't know if they receive signal.
The fuck they don't, dude. They got a screen on that thing. It can receive anything you want. Some of those have LED screens on them.
Yeah, I don't.
Because look, the reason they were using that fucking car alarm thing was to make the transmission, right? Like that was the whole idea. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Hold on.
Yeah, Dave, what technology do they have? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Check this shit out. Oh, you fuck. They're going to blow my computer up, right?
Oh, clearly, David. You're just waiting for the right signal. Why is he talking in front of an American flag?
Apparently, I'm out of signals because they must have blown up something. Let me see if I can find a better video, because apparently that one doesn't work.
The Jews removed it because of copyright, David?
No, well, I don't think so. Here is Netanyahu talking with current context, something that sounds a little creepy.
They said, "Oh, Israel is isolated. Israel can't break out of the siege." No, I said we will. Some of them have stopped weapon component shipments. Can we get out of this? Yes, we can. We're pretty good at producing weapons. Like intelligence, we share both with the United States. A good chunk of your intel. And our weapon systems, we share with the United States. We're tremendously appreciative of the bipartisan support in military matters to Israel in previous years and today as well. But do you have cell phones? You have cell phones here? No? You're holding a piece of Israel right there. You know that? I mean, a lot of the cell phones, the medicines, the foods, you eat cherry tomatoes. You know where that was made? I don't like cherry tomatoes, but...
Pretty sure my cherry tomatoes said they came from like Mexico. So are you lying to me about where they're coming from?
I don't know, but if you have a cell phone, you have a little piece of Israel, right?
Oh, yeah, I wonder why, David. The fuck does that even mean?
Well, they're pretty good at making weapons.
So the cell phone is a weapon, David? Am I supposed to believe that the cell phone is a weapon, or is it that the intelligence within the phone is the weapon as far as the data and my mass metadata that doesn't matter? Is that why we haven't passed a law to protect my mass metadata? Because it goes through an Israel computer? They're super bad at intelligence, but they're so bad at intelligence that every American has a little piece of Israel in their pocket. Maybe that's why the apple has the bite out of it, David. It was Israel's mouth that bit it. After all, it is named after a person.
That's pretty crazy. I level with you, Ryan. I didn't have a ton of stuff today, if I'm honest. However, we could do like a headlines kind of thing.
Okay.
If you want to throw back.
Can you that picture that I sent you?
Which one?
Erica Kirk.
I don't. Yes. Can I be honest with you?
I would love this.
Okay.
Tell me I'm looking too much into it, David. I dare you. I fucking dare you. I have married friends. I never grabbed their waist, David. Not never.
Maybe I don't know.
Not never. Not never, dude.
Maybe
I'm not saying it's Vance fucking. I'm not saying it's Vance fucking.
Okay. So
oh, look at Cat Turd. What Cat Turd? I can't see. It's cut off on my screen.
I'm not saying JD Vance and Erica Kirk. Oh, this is not Cat Turd. This is like a knockoff Cat Turd.
Okay. Cock Turd? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's fucking because Cat Turd was pro-Trump. I see. I understand.
Right. Yeah, Cat Turd would never say anything.
He's a cuck for cuck turd for Trump. That is so funny.
If this is what would we talk about the other day? Death by 1,000 cuts. If this was one of the 1,000 cuts, fine. But this doesn't do much for me, to be honest with you.
No, you just think that's completely fine for a man to touch a woman's.
Hold on, let me say this. Is there a video of this?
I don't know.
Because a still shot can just I don't know. To me personally, this doesn't do it. But let me see if I can find a video of this.
I'm tired, dude. I want to be wrong, but I'm telling you guys.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking death by 1,000 cuts, fine. It looks to me like this is a still shot where they were potentially going to start hugging.
He's going to hug with his hands around the vessel of life, David, in the
Yes,
belly.
there is. Okay, all right, and I'm just saying, Ryan. This is why I'm just absolute legend, Ryan. Here is the video.
This is two. Let me guess. 2 seconds. He just touched her real quick and let go.
Correct. Here's the video in real time. Tell me if it looks bad now.
All right. You got me.
You gotta be careful with still shots. You can make a lot of shit look real bad. Yeah, no, I'm out on that.
On that one, okay.
Yeah, for sure, 100% on that. I will always remain open to all possibilities. I really don't think.
Except when it comes to a girl being a whore, David, you're just not okay with.
No, she can absolutely. No, I'm not saying it's impossible for her to be a whore. I don't think she killed her husband. I think that's. Again, I'm open to all possibilities.
I'm not saying she killed her. I don't think she necessarily killed her husband.
You just think she's acting suspiciously in the death of her husband.
I mean,
I don't know. Headlines, Ryan. Pentagon has ordered the National Guard to create, quote, quick reaction forces nationwide by January that may respond to riots and civil unrests within the U.S.
That's weird. It's almost like political violence is on the rise, David.
Quick reaction forces.
Like Minutemen, David.
I wonder, well, what's a quick reaction force going to look like? Quick.
The opposite of a slow reaction force.
Well.
So not the police.
Verifying the device. Okay, Wall Street Journal, settle down. Are you worried about who's going to read your article? Is nobody in me?
Well, I mean, maybe the two-factor identification, David, was just what they needed to have the relay trip in your computer and blow up that plastic explosive that they stuck under your fucking keyboard.
I'm not subscribing to Dick. I'm going to the next person. You're going to hide your shit behind a paywall. Get fucked. The Hill, because Wall Street Journal couldn't be bothered. The National Guard is building a quick reaction force, QRF, of some 23,500 troops trained in crowd control and civil disturbance that can be ready to deploy to U.S. cities by early next year. No, thank you.
Am I wrong to think that these are just AstroTurfers that can
The October
infiltrate?
8th memo signed by the National Guard Bureau Director of Operations.
These are people that can infiltrate protesters to make them look bad like they did on January 6th and everything else.
I don't know. Well, no, I don't think that's what this is. I think they're already doing that. They don't need to make this. I think this is militarized police, right? Is this not what this is? Did you see her snuggle under Trump's arm? That looked like something only people who have been intimate do, in my opinion, at Memorial. Man,
is this a girl?
It's
female. I trust the females, David. Believe all women, David.
Yeah, this is me. This is the Canadian chick. Yeah. Well, Sister D, are you a girl too? Presumably, sister.
Sister D, Sister Dick, dude, would be fucking a tranny would be great. If we had a tranny fan, would be so awesome. Oh god,
that's crazy.
Trans 1773.
That's crazy. Did you see the picture? Okay, I'll give this another shot. Let me see the picture of her under Trump's arm.
Yes, I am birthing this, dude. She's fucking somebody already. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She's not on fucking edible arrangements or oh god damn it. What's the Plato's Closet? No, that's Pandora's Box.
Edible arrangements.
Edible arrangements. Just dick shaped strawberries.
I'm trying to find a
nestled under Trump's arm. You think Trump still got it, huh? Just fucking those blue pills, dude, just shoving them up his ass.
There's a video of something.
Dude, we should get Mike Tremont back on the show and talk to him about the Charlie Kirk assassination and just see like what he forecasts as far as this political violence that he discussed on our program last time he was on.
Well, he really did completely call this. I don't see whatever picture this is, unfortunately.
You should just type in, is Charlie Kirk's wife fucking someone else, and see what Gronk says.
Gronk is just going to go off of information that's available.
Going off all the present video and photographs of Erica Kirk, do you think that she's fucking someone else?
Wait, hold on. Was it this? Okay, so we got the same thing going on here. If it's this picture, I'm gonna pull it up. Mandy, can you confirm this is the picture you're talking about? Because I
just
saw
don't
the
like
video of this, and it's the same thing.
I just don't like if
It's
a
the
man
same thing,
put his,
Ryan. We gotta. It's
Trump's so smooth though. Trump's
it's tricky
like,
because you gotta think of. Yeah, but you gotta think of like the situation, the context. You gotta look at the video because, again, this in real time. Yes, if you're like not. Erica was one of Trump's Miss Arizonas when he owned the Miss America thing. Yeah,
that was an
Yep,
epic
that's
one
the picture.
too.
Okay, that is the picture.
America
Okay, good. Okay, this is the picture. So let me pull the video up.
High Victoria's Secret models are back too, which I'm a big fan of.
There was never any reason to go away from that. Can we just be honest?
Yeah, the only reason was because other women were jealous of hot women. I actually was at a fucking Halloween event last week, and I heard a girl complimenting some fat girl on how beautiful she was, and I said loud enough, I was like, "Fat girls got to stop getting compliments." And then there was a guy in the crowd that was like, "I like big girls." I was like, "That's cool, dude, but I don't." He's like, "Well, I just take what I could get." It's like, exactly, dude. Like if you could pick that chick and she was thinner, you'd probably like fucking her more when she was thinner. I'm just saying. Just like a girl would fuck you if you were more jacked. It just no, I'm sorry. I'm on a tangent now, but
well, okay, so this is the video of the Erica Kirk under Trump's arms, okay? This is at the memorial of her dead husband, just for the record. So, in real time, here's what it looks like. All right, same thing. Looking at the video, does it seem that bad?
I'm biased. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I think she's fucking someone else. I'm fucking biased.
Maybe.
I'm fucking
I don't
biased.
know. Maybe, but
No,
like,
I never met a fucking woman that wouldn't be fucking somebody already. It's crazy. This is crazy. We gotta stop acting like this. They like fucking just as much as you.
Different women,
dude. No, they like fucking just as much as you do. Girls are bigger freaks. Go read 50 Shades of Grey, David, and tell me that women aren't horny. It defies
I'm not
fucking
saying
logic.
Women aren't horny.
All right,
I
dude.
don't.
I bet you, dude. I bet you that girl's DMs blew the fuck up. Literally, as her husband's jugular was fucking torn all over that college campus. Supposed to believe that Dwayne Wade or LeBron James slides in some DMs? Fucking Drake? Come on.
No, well, she's way too old for Drake. Listen.
Hey, Drake. I hear you like him young.
First of all, lots of things. One, she's beautiful, of course, obviously. Yes. Lots of gross dudes tried hitting it, for sure. Do I think it's possible she maybe has? Maybe, sure, possible.
You're not helping like the bias right here.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying all things are possible. Do I personally believe she has? No, not at all. I really don't.
Here I go. I'm gonna fucking hear the Jesus line.
After her husband died, I don't think so. In that tragic of a way. I'm not saying again. It's not impossible. I don't think so personally. Without knowing her at all.
I've literally had sex with girls after they went out on a date with another man, David. We ate the takeout food that they brought home.
I'm not going to tell you stories about what I've done.
I don't kiss and tell, but it's just a
Especially because I think you know one of them.
Oh, the mattress, dude.
Mattress? Oh no.
Yeah, the no, it's okay.
No, there was another. Yeah, one was married, one wasn't. It doesn't matter. The point is, I don't think in this particular case she is. I'm pretty sure you went to school with one of them. Ryan.
Oh my God. Oh, yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
No,
you guys had the same glasses, if I'm not mistaken. You had the same exact.
We did?
Yeah, they're like the black.
Oh, I think we're thinking somebody else. I don't think this girl wore glasses.
All right. That was a different one then, David, clearly.
Headline. Well, I'm sure you went to school with a lot of girls. Headlines. Buckingham Palace announces Prince Andrew will be evicted from the royal residence and have his titles removed. He will now be known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, which is fucking crazy.
Good. All royals must go. Just kill all royalty. The titles, the land.
Get her up says Erica is no Greta.
Oh, dude. The climax activates, dude.
Dude, when did she get stacked? That's crazy.
Greta's kind of hot, dude. It's fucking crazy. I heard there's actually people fleeing there and coming here because they don't want to be inflicted by her policies. They're like seeking Greta asylum seekers.
For an autistic, she's not bad looking.
Yo, pull Greta. Pull up Greta. Come on, let's see her. Go to.
You want to pull up Greta?
Pull her up, dude.
What the fuck?
You said you don't got much. I'm talking about
that's fine.
Vice presidents fucking a dead guy's wife and climax activists, David. I'm doing the will of the people here.
No,
robots are coming.
If I'm honest,
I need to know who's fucking Erica Kirk, David. I will get down to this.
This is your mission in life. If I'm honest, this is basically
she's kind of hot for autistic. It's such a funny joke, dude. Oh my God. I've been nailing.
Yeah, this is basically a Friday show, just so everybody knows, because we're not going to be here tomorrow.
I'm also in character. Indiana Jones has a great sense of humor. I literally went to I have this jacket, David, right? And I went to Spirit and just got like the hat and a whip. And then I was like, oh, I need like an undershirt. I went and found a shirt. I'm like, oh, dude, I need a satchel. I go to like fucking Goodwill. I find a satchel for $6. God provided the outfit, David. I'm just here wearing it, you know? Lord. That Get a Rope is dope. I'm glad we're on the Greta train, dude. How come I can't see Chaz today?
You can't see him?
No, it's not working for me.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I can't even see my chat when I said something.
Ryan, did you just chat?
Yeah, I said oi.
I didn't even know you could do that. Oh yeah, you can right here. Yeah. Yeah.
He has no makeup on in there. Like, think of that. Isn't that crazy?
Speaking of.
Erica Kirk is no Greta. It's so fucking funny, dude.
Ryan, our girl has come back to save America.
Who?
Our girl Sydney
Sweeney. Yeah. She said she's not doing no tattoos, no piercings.
Or bras, apparently.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, no, like it's. She has come to save America, Ryan.
She has such huge tits, dude. She's like 5'1". She's 5'1", dude, and stacked. Right here, dude. You just want to see her? I have to interview. Yeah. At some point, these people look. At some point, I have to go here and do X-rated interviews with all famous people. I think that's maybe should be our skit, David. And we'll have it behind the show. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to fucking celebrities, be like, yeah, when did how'd you get to the top? I'm gonna fucking blow open the new. I'm gonna be the reverse Eric Harvey Weinstein. Be the reverse one. And just get down to the nitty gritty. Figure out who all these celebrities are fucking and what president is fucking where. You know, what Shark Week episode was Trump's favorite, Stormy? Stormy? Do we think Trump fucked Stormy? Is that a general consensus?
Oh, for sure.
All right.
Wait, do people think he didn't? He's a billionaire. He's a porn star. Of course he did.
Well, it's just kind of odd that like all I ever heard about was hush money. You know.
Sure. I don't think did he ever deny sleeping with her? I don't think so.
Well, see, we don't even know because it's just clouded by hush money. You know. Who the fuck is this guy?
Well, this guy is in the Minnesota State Senate, of course, Ryan.
It looks like he's got some kind of hijab on.
Well, he's Somalian, I believe. So here he is speaking Somalian and waving a Somalian flag.
In America.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu
alaikum. Walaikum salam. Walaikum salam.
Somalia.
Yeah, he's Muslim.
Hiran State. Ma'awisle. Early voting was.
Yeah, that's what conquerors do.
I need your vote.
Yeah, that's what conquerors do.
I need you.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny when the white people came here and made brown people speak fucking Spanish and English, we're called racist and conquerors. But when the brown people are coming here and making white people speak fucking Mahasalam Aleka, they're not conquerors, even though they stole religion. I'm not apologizing for this. These people are thieves. After I heard the average Palestinian's IQ is 80, I can't trust anything that comes out of anything over there. Like, they're all inbred and halfway retarded. Like, I don't know how we can accept any. Like, if the military has no use with you, if you have an 80 IQ, why the fuck am I importing immigrants with 80 IQs? So that they could just be, I know why, David, but if the joke is like, you better join the military, right? When you're coming up in school, if you can't be a fucking doctor, a lawyer, or a tradesman, you better join the military. Some of the smartest people go to the military because they fucking check that shit and they care. The SATs and the ASVAB and then the IQ test was literally invented by the military. Literally invented by the military. To be cross-cultural, you could do it at any age. I think 9 and up can take an IQ test, and it's efficient. And, yeah, this is what conquerors do. They come to your land, they fly their flag in front of your flag, eventually replacing your flag with their flag. To be honest, David, I have a Walmart here around my area. And every time I go there, I don't care multiculturalism. I want America melting pot. That's all fine. I know I'm white and they're fucking different. I don't generally care. But what kind of bothers me is when I'm walking around. If I'm told that like black people feel weird not having black people around them because of representation, tell me why when I go shopping in an area that is literally demographically, when you look at the census in the area I live, is 99.5% white. There's only brown people working at Walmart. And I'm not saying black. I like African Americans. I'm talking like Indian, Muslims, Middle Eastern, Pakistanians, the whole fucking kit caboodle Middle Eastern. Not Islamophobia there, Google. I'm just literally curious. How come this Walmart has only brown people when the area I live in is white as fuck?
Well, because illegal aliens, Ryan, don't go on the consensus. Or these people migrated here within the last consensus.
No, what happens, David, is the assholes, the Muslims, become mayors or they become managers and they only hire people that look like them. That's what happens. And then no white person will ever get management again. So all the people that get hired are going to be brown within 10 years because they're not going to hire white people. So the only white people, now mind you, this Walmart I'm talking about, I know a guy that's worked there for 15 years. It used to just all be white people, dude. Like Nick Fuentes, I agree with him. White people have a special heritage in America. Like it needs to be recognized. Like if I have to recognize that the Native Americans, and that's fine. I have no problem with that. I have Native American in my family. No problem with that. But like, are you forgetting that like Europeans gave the world civil liberties and the Age of Discovery and the Renaissance, and they built it all here in the New Republic? Like enlighten, like I'm supposed to forget all that just because I'm supposed to feel bad that blankets murdered Indians. But you're doing the same thing to us in real time. I'm watching you replace my communities. They're building new apartment complexes, super big. The rent is like $1,800 a month, David. And you know who's coming out of there? Brown people.
Can we go back to your point about us diseasing the natives?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that? This was the smallpox blankets or whatever, right? And some people think it was done maliciously, which is hilarious because we didn't have that level of knowledge of communicable diseases back then. But that's not the point.
Germ theory wasn't discovered till like the 1800s or something, right?
Right. We weren't even close to being able to be like, ooh, biological weapons. Like we weren't anywhere near that. We were literally hundreds of years away. The point is, have you seen a lot of people complaining about measles outbreaks lately? And what they're doing is they're saying, well, that's because of RFK Jr. and vaccinations, and people don't think they should be vaccinated or whatever the fuck.
Or is it immigrants from third world countries that don't have vaccination or natural immunity to it, and then they bring them into communities? 100%. And then on top of it, a lot of those people, like smallpox, I remember hearing that smallpox in Russian prisons years ago were antibacterial smallpox. So like even our modern medicine can't fight it because the fucking diseases are mutating around it. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they're bringing like a different strand of the measles over here that we're not really used to as Europeans and white people, as Americans.
Mandy says the smallpox blankets were malicious.
Okay. Okay, they scalped them. Not malicious. Yeah, I don't
know.
How many? Christopher Columbus knew that he went over there, and those were the smallpox blankets that they didn't cover up with. Because isn't the thing? Look, isn't the thing? It's not that the Europeans gave them smallpox necessarily. It's that Europeans had a natural immunity to smallpox, and the reason that the Native Americans had such vast die-off numbers is because their immune systems were not used to that disease in general, because they didn't have smallpox in Native America. It was a European thing.
Hold on, let's just do this.
I mean, the saying is all fair is in love and war, too. Yeah, I mean, let's be honest here. Not that I agree with it, but history is history. I cannot change it. And if it is malicious, I'm not going to stand up for murderers. I'm not going to defend them either. But like,
okay, here's the problem. So,
we have source material from the fucking colonists that say, "Yo, we're going to give them blankets with smallpox on them to kill them."
When you ask about this, they keep pointing to 1763 Fort Pitt incident. Okay, but that's not the time period we're looking at.
1492, Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue, right, David?
Sure. So, like, dude, 1500s, 1600s. I'm not thinking 1763.
Can you ask him to go sooner? What about Christopher Columbus era?
No, there were no smallpox blankets during the Christopher Columbus era. Smallpox did not even exist in the Americas until decades after Columbus. The smallpox blankets tactics only emerged 270 years later in 1763.
During the Fort Pitt incident.
She's saying, what about the 40s and 50s? 40s and dude, we're talking hundreds of years ago
1700.
in Canada. Okay, so in Canada in the 1900s, yeah, maybe, but we're talking about this could be like this could be a cultural difference just being Canadian. I don't know.
Hey,
Let's break this down because I don't know. Maybe this is like legitimately this just might be a thing that in Canada they don't like learn about our history as much. I don't know. But there is a theory amongst people in the United States that when the Europeans came over here, they intentionally gave smallpox to the Native Americans.
they're like, here, take these blankets. We'll buy your land off you.
Right.
And
with malicious intent.
allegedly they knew that there was smallpox on the blankets, and they knew that it would kill them because they didn't have the modern medicine of the age of the colonists to defend it, or even the understanding of what it was.
What probably is the case is that Europeans came here with diseases that they were immune to that the natives have not seen before.
That's exactly what it is.
So, yes, the Europeans probably did bring diseases to the natives, but not with malicious intent to kill the natives.
And further, David, wasn't I heard, was it syphilis? You might have to look this up. I think syphilis came from the natives to the Europeans. Like, they gave us one back.
Maybe.
No, look it up. This is photographic memory here. Autographic memory, David. Stereo memory.
Yes.
Wait, it was syphilis.
Pre-1492. Natives did not deliberately give it as a weapon. Oh, that's interesting how you would phrase that, AI, even though if it's the other way around.
It's weird how
it's saying, yeah, absolutely, this was the case.
But it was syphilis, correct?
How it spread. Yes, in the 1400s, yeah.
Weird. Don't ever hear shit about that. Syphilis is still around.
Yeah, so anyway, to break down like what we're specifically talking about, it's not that they did give something back, I think. Yeah. So it's not that like I don't think it's probably what happened is multiple stories got clumped into one story, and then it was put into the public sphere to make, like the white Europeans look bad or whatever. But the fact is, if I'm perfectly honest, the natives were in the United States first, clearly, obviously, but let's be honest, they were savages. They were killing each other in great mass numbers. There were different tribes. It wasn't like everybody was the natives and they all got along and they were all happy. They were running around at war with each other, just like other humans are at war with each other. The Europeans came there, and then, shocker, they also went to war with each other, and that's just the nature of it. And unfortunately for the natives, they lost the battle, and that's just how things used to be honest with you. That's how borders were created.
Yeah, bow and arrow got beat by the firearm very quickly.
So that doesn't mean, like, whatever. It's not that I don't have empathy for the natives or whatever the case may be, but like, they lost. And I don't know how else to put this. Like, they stole their land. They were at war and the natives lost. And that's how history worked for thousands of years. So why is it specifically the natives that get the oh boo-hoo story? I don't know.
Alex always said that the reason they always do that is because Christians generally are the ones. If you look at Western societies, it's mostly the Western Christian societies that feel guilty for the history of their own country. Like, China doesn't feel bad about fucking Japan over. Literally raping.
Just like the Mongols didn't really feel bad about what they were doing. And, the Mongols at one point were like a massive dynasty. They covered large masses of land.
For the record, Julius Caesar did not feel bad when he murdered millions of Gauls and Germanic people in pre-Britain and everything. So, this is like post-Christian.
And let's just say this: some of the stuff is baked into human, I don't know, psychology, maybe. Like, I don't like the human brain, like the certain things that it can do, like the things humans can do to other humans. I I don't think that went away like people think it went away, if I'm honest.
No, look at the comment section on any video. I mean, most of the reason, the reason you feel comfortable saying that is because maybe if like you said that to my face, I might tell you to go fuck yourself, punch in the face. I just happen to have a good sense of humor. I might laugh about it in person as well, but
I would have
that's
laughed, absolutely.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. But I only reference him because when he roasted me, I laughed. You know what I mean? But
I
like
think
the
he
thing
roasted you.
is
He called you Indiana Jones.
oh okay. But they're well, I'd still fuck you up then. Like, don't make fun of my friend. You know, but like that's what I mean. Like, there's a certain level of ambiguity. There's a certain kind of like skate you get on the internet because you can just hide behind a keyboard warrior, right?
Mhm.
That's kind of the thing. But yeah, human nature didn't change. It just evolved. What do you say?
Time and place, tough guy.
Yo, let's go, motherfucker.
You know what's crazy is I don't know how much he's joking, but I'm laughing every time.
It's great. I love it. I just appreciate you hanging out, dude, to be honest with you. To be honest, we might be the type of dudes that roast each other like that and like our best friends. I roast some people at work and they roast me back. It's fucking great. But
we can get into this one last thing real quick here, but are you familiar with the Josh Hammer? He was a friend.
now that I
Charlie.
think about it, it does look like you're sitting in a wheelchair.
So Josh Hammer is a friend of Charlie Kirk's, and
Hammer. All right, I got a hammer.
well, this is a different hammer.
Oh, Arm and Hammer, like fucking Mr. Clean.
Josh Hammer calls for Tucker Carlson to be neutralized. On Monday evening, the most dangerous man in America, Tucker, sat to interview a confused millennial, was the quote.
Nick Fuentes?
Yes. Tucker is now comfortably ensconced in the hen house, and unless the fox is neutralized, the victim could be the entire GOP coalition itself. So, Josh Hammer responds to this and says, because people were saying basically like, oh, Josh Hammer was calling for like the death of Tucker Carlson, basically. And he posted a screenshot and said, only one has to be truly stupid or willfully disingenuous, or both, as the case may be, to think that neutralized here means anything other than its most common usages. And then he posted a screenshot of the definition of neutralize. Now, he posts definition 1 and definition 2. Definition 1, to make neutral, cause to undergo neutralization. 2, to make something ineffective, nullify, carelessness, blah, blah, blah. Now, he cropped it and cut out definition 3. So I would like to read definition 3 of neutralize for everybody, because he made it sound like everybody was a big conspiracy theorist here. A euphemistic way of saying kill or destroy, especially in a covert or military operation, aka like, neutralize the target, basically. So the reason I bring that up, he cropped the photo specifically after the second definition for a reason. Am I wrong?
I don't know. What's the third definition, Dave?
The third definition was to kill.
All right. Well,
like military, neutralize the target.
I mean,
so excuse people for thinking you meant that because you used the word. That's one of the definitions of the word. Excuse us. Our bad.
I've only used neutralize to mean like take it out and wipe it off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I mean, I guess depending on that's.
I didn't even like think of those other two. I didn't think of the other definitions.
You don't think to make neutral, right?
No, I would call that a compromise, David.
How about to cause undergo neutralization?
I don't even know what that means. You're just re-saying it. You're just changing the word of a definition to make a second definition.
How about
that's just the first one?
How about to nullify? Is that what you use for neutralize?
Is one of those a verb and the other's a noun? Is that the difference? Let me ask that before I go any further.
Well, neutralize is a verb.
All right, it's action.
Correct. Neutralization.
Adjective.
No.
Adverb.
False. The adverb, maybe? Yeah, possibly. I think
It doesn't say. It doesn't say like.
I mean, I could look up neutralization.
I only, Dave, words are important. Language is important. I mean, that's why I'm asking, because maybe I'm roasting the second definition of a word, but maybe the second definition of the word is that way because in certain literature, it becomes a verb or an adverb over, a verb or whatever. I mean, that's what Shakespeare wanted, David. Clear. That's why we speak Shakespearean those and thous.
Neutralization is a noun. It's referring to the act of the process of neutralizing, which is a verb.
Which is exactly.
Sure.
So it makes sense.
I don't know. That got off the rails. The point is, I know where you're going with that, but the point is, why would you go out of your way to crop out the third definition and then say everybody was lying?
Play the victim card.
Oh, I would imagine. Yeah, that would probably be part of it.
He's also probably trying to not stoke political violence because he knows that, like, if he were to tell people to go kill Tucker Carlson, that they may do it.
Well, do you remember? You know what this reminds me of?
Considering they shot Charlie Kirk in the fucking neck.
Do you know what this reminds me of, though?
What?
Do you remember the James Coney thing? And there was like shells or something. They were arranged for the numbers 187.
Oh yeah, it's just 87, dude.
Yeah, he's like, wow, it's just like like a waitress or something, like 187 the ticket. I'm like, okay, well, as the former director of the FBI, I assure you that is not the usage you're most familiar with.
You mean these people know exactly what they're doing, David?
They know exactly what they're doing, right? Fear. Yeah, get her up says fear.
I definitely agree with you, brother. I don't know what's there to say. Look, I'm not saying you got to suck the D of Nick Fuentes here, okay? I'm not saying he's the golden calf, and quite frankly, but I did hear his story. If anybody watched the whole podcast, I was not 18 when Trump was getting elected. I had a little brother that was. He went through high school with the Trump years and the MAGA hats and but 16, I was 25 years old. It's a different frame of reference. Nick Fuentes, I don't think is a confused millennial. I don't even think he is a millennial. So he's not. He can't be. I don't think he can be a millennial. What year was he born? 96 is the end of the millennial generation.
I think he's not even 30 yet, right?
No, there's no way. I think he's like 20-some years old. He's 18. I think he said he was in college when Trump
born in 98.
Yeah, he's not a millennial. That's not the millennial generation. So to go further, Nick Fuentes, because Tucker said this, he's like, it had to be weird for you to like face so much hatred for just supporting your political candidate as you were coming of age. That 16, 17, 18 through your 20s is when you develop like political ideology and your worldview and this complex compass. You start understanding the world. You start working. You start trying to go to college. And he described his experiences. It was fucking hard on him just because he had a political opinion. Dave's seen me in our workplace very similar to that. Now, most of the reason I got that slack was because it was at work, right? Like there's a time and place for everything and I didn't give a fuck. But I would wager that if I was in college, if I pissed coworkers off like that, I would have pissed people off at school. Like I would have been a problem. I also said, what was it? Charlie Kirk, there was those leaked text messages. Charlie Kirk was blasting Dinesh D'Souza and stuff because he was giving him a platform. He's like, you did a big mistake. Charlie Kirk was like, you guys did a big mistake having him on because you gave him a lot of credibility and stuff. This whole idea, David, to go back to your point, the whole idea of speech is to not silence it because the ideas that don't work are not going to work long term.
Sure.
The only way you make those ideas stick is by violence or like corruption.
Well, Yes. Well, the other thing you do also by having everybody out in the open, then just it's as simple as the best idea wins. But when you silence people, you create martyrs for one, but you also create echo chambers, and that's when you get these deep, dark underground groups. They now have big chips on their shoulder because fuck you. I'm allowed to say, you know what I mean? It makes people aggressive. It makes people um, angry. It's not the way to do it. Have it all out on the table. Let's see who's the best idea. So if Tucker and Nick Fuentes get together and start talking, and Fuentes says some crazy shit like I like Joseph Stalin, I'm paraphrasing, but he did say something like that.
He did. I don't think he ever got back to that.
No, I don't think so. But if you say something like that, then like, hey, I don't know, not a huge fan of Joseph Stalin personally. Now, I don't know the context of why he said he likes Joseph Stalin. Maybe he's just a troll, but the point is, then that idea loses, and now you start to lose credibility. But when he says, some other stuff like, hey, when I voted for Trump because I believed in America first, it means I believe in America first. America first, America only. And that
him saying he's a nationalist, and Tucker's like, I am as well. So am I. Dave is as well. Yeah, 100%. I also love that Tucker. I am a misogynist. Carlson was made an appearance. It was my. Yeah, I love that line.
I'm kind of sexist.
I'm kind of sexist. I'm super sexist. I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
No, I thought you were a Fed.
So the Spider-Man meme, dude.
It's pretty funny. It's pretty solid. Go watch. Just go watch, and then pick apart the stuff you don't like and look at the stuff you like, and start looking at ideas and not people, because it gets, man, you get so distorted when you start like cheerleading for people because what you got.
You're right, David. So where's the Charlie Kirk negativity, right? That's something I've been hammering home to you guys. Just that guy's flawless. Because Nick Fuentes, you can take this out and you can take that out. You'd be like, I like this about him, but I don't like this about him. But the whole Charlie Kirk thing, I've yet anything. He's Jesus, right?
Well, he's Jesus now, Ryan. But Jesus wasn't Jesus until after he was crucified, Ryan.
He wasn't Christ until after crucifixion, David. He was always the Son of God and always Jesus.
Sure.
I don't know. I think it's weird. I think it's weird, because to be honest, you could cherry pick anything on the internet and call me a racist and everything else too. And, not only do I not give a fuck, but I'm not racist, and I'm not going to defend myself to internet speak. But the idea of talking history, religion, and politics, David, is to try to establish some kind of balancing act of some kind of common sense. Not that common sense is going to win, or not that anybody that is talking about history, religion, or politics has more common sense or knowledge or ability over the other people. But I think you get a common consensus, and I'm not always saying that you got to go with the herd, because I personally am not a groupthink person. I actually, in my life, I've been an outlier, and I've also stood out a lot. I get a lot of slack and I get targeted. But that's not a poor me thing. It's just temperament and life experience. But I will say this: when I look at Nick Fuentes, what I truly believe, this is me projecting myself onto him, that if I was more in the arena younger, I may have got wrapped up in this very kind of idea that my whole life was put on the internet. I would have been doxxed. I don't know if I was in if I was in college instead of working blue collar trades like I was, the things I was saying would have been persuade very different. And I can say that because in my 30s, I go out in public and I test liberals all the time. I tested all my liberal friends growing up, and we would have good conversations. But after a while with strangers, it's a lot easier to just tell that guy to go fuck off and wish death on somebody. And I say all that to say that, once again, it's projection, but I think you would find more in common with some of these people than you don't. There's that famous thing. I forget what it is, but there was that one guy that was like a Ku Klux Klan member. I think fucking Eddie Griffin did a movie about this, and he hated black people. And then the black people were like, well, dude, why? And they took a Klan member and then made him pro-black. You know what I mean? But they just sat down and talked to him like a person. And instead of beating him over the head with his shitty idea, I'm just quoting that because it could be anything, right? Gun control, free, whatever. The shitty idea. Instead of being like, you're a racist, you're this. Like, dude, why do you think that? I just seen a thing today, and then we'll get out of here, David. Carl Jung, what he used to do with people, he said, instead of going through 20 therapy sessions, it worked better than going to therapy for 20 sessions. He would make them stare at a picture of themselves for like 2 hours and not say anything. And Carl Jung had this famous saying that until you make the subconscious conscious, you will be ruled by it and you will call it fate. Guy was so. His other favorite saying that I've ever heard, it actually made me like literally change my worldview, is the reason that people don't see God is they don't look low enough. But the reason he would make them stare at themselves, he wouldn't say nothing, and he would tell them that you can't talk, you got to stare at your picture. And after a while, like all those memories of yourself and this and that, and it was about ego death. And that's how he would help his clients understand that, like, hey man, stop being hard on yourself, or maybe you should be a little harder or a little kinder. Like, he didn't say that, but those would naturally come up in this discomfort, because silence, it's weird how loud things get when the world around you is still. It's crazy how much motion can happen when you haven't moved. Maybe you can look this up, David. What is the Buddhist practice of staring at a wall? It's got a weird name. It's like accent and everything. Dr. OG Gamer talks about, I think that's his name, Dr. KOG Gamer or something. He's a therapist, Buddhist monk online. He was on Chris Williamson. I think I've talked to him about before. But he's got real good.
Big one?
You stare at a wall for like an hour?
That's what it's describing.
Yeah, and he describes that this is something most people can't do it. So he tells you to just go as long as you can and practice it every day until you can reach an hour. And he says very different things. He's like, some people just start crying, because like while you're sitting there, you're thinking about some shit, and then like some childhood trauma pops up or something, like you get angry. And then what it's really trying to teach you is like to go through those emotions in a healthy way, because especially in the modern age, once you're upset or once you get this, you're distracted and you never get back to that thought. And then it gets still stored in your nervous system. So how the fuck did I get here out of Nick Fuentes? But I'm not saying you got to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You also don't got to put the baby in the bathwater. I think if more people were to be more open and more honest with themselves as well as other people, and I'm speaking this myself, I do a very bad job of listening to people for who they are because I am so strong-willed. I am so strongly opinionated. And me, myself, it takes me great lengths sometimes to listen to somebody truly. And that's only because I only know that because I failed in a lot of shit in my life. And I've also like done some shitty things and treated people bad because of my lack of emotional understanding. Nothing that I couldn't come back from. I never abused anybody, but like my lack of like understanding myself, because once again, people can only meet you as far as they've met themselves. And sometimes you can only meet yourselves in that complete silence. And for a guy like Nick Fuentes, that all he has is noise, maybe when he's on these podcast circuits, what he's actually doing is like massaging and lifting the weights equivalent. He's working those muscles of his history, religion, and politics so that he can get to his own common sense with his own experience and his own understanding. I think what all we can do, especially for somebody big like that or that has influential pull, Andrew Tate's a prime example. Like a lot of people got mad at Tate, but when you listen to him, a lot of the shit made sense. You'd always hear this about Tate, like, well, I agree with him. I just don't like the way he says it. I've been told by my family, my sisters in particular, Ryan, it's not what you say, but it's the way you say it. So I definitely know what it's like to be a villain in another story. I've also been the hero of my own. But I say that to say this. I think causality doesn't mean whatever. Oh, fuck, what is it? Correlation doesn't mean causation. But I do think we do have to do, us as an audience need to do better at listening to the people that have influence. Which is why Dave and I are going back about the Erica Kirk thing. It's actually very healthy. Because Dave and I are sitting on complete opposite ends of the spectrum. But what's fucking weird is going back to 48 Laws of Power. Not that I'm your enemy, David. Mm-hmm. But this thought is an enemy of your thought, right? Technically.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the opposite. It's just
Yeah,
we're at war with each other with this idea. Now, we're not physically going to war because we understand history, religion, politics.
Mhm.
I'm the Thomas Jefferson and he's the James Madison. I'm not going to lose friends over politics, the whole nine. It happens to be that Dave and I agree on plenty of things enough that we can disagree respectfully. But maybe that's what I'm trying to say here is like, maybe we can have some more discernment. And also, maybe more people need to have Nick Fuentes on. And it's not to grow his audience, but it's just to like get him to understand that, like, dude, I know Patrick Bet David said this, that like, dude, maybe if you didn't say the things you did, you'd be able to get a more outreach. And I'm pretty sure Nick Fuentes says, I don't really care about the outreach.
Well,
You're probably right. I could clean it up, but like, that's not what I'm in this for. He's like, I'm trying to save America. I don't give a fuck about money.
let me put two things on that. One, and I like Patrick Bet David ever since you kind of introduced him to me.
He's dope.
I don't know. Nick Fuentes, I think, is partially where he is because of the things he says, ironically enough.
You mean because he just toes the line? Like he just pushes the line, rather?
Yeah, for sure. Now, let me
He's like
say the
expanding
other.
the container.
Say something else that I'm predicting with Nick Fuentes. Like I said, when you cancel somebody, you put them in a dark echo chamber, you make them angry, you give them a chip on their shoulder, and then you get mad at him because he's angry with a chip on his shoulder. Can I just say, since he has become uncensored, I suppose, if you want to say that, he's not really canceled, let's be honest. He's out in the open. He's talking to voices. The more he talks to people on big shows, can you tell he gets a little easier? He gets a little more relaxed. He's less aggressive. He's a little bit more well-spoken. He's not.
You noticed it with Tucker
really
over
trolling.
the Candace interview because he laid into like he went off, kind of snapped at Candace. Candace was like, "Well, that was kind of a thing." He's like, "Well, Candace, like, yeah, he's less hostile. Like it's literally his nervous system relaxing because he's like being seen as a person and not being bastardized about ideals."
Can I tell you the dangerous Nick Fuentes is not the Nick Fuentes that was canceled. The dangerous Nick Fuentes is the Fuentes that's still coming. And that's the Fuentes that's going to be mainstream. It's the mainstream Fuentes. Because I'll tell you what, I haven't been his biggest fan in the past, if I'm honest. Because I think, to be perfectly honest with you, for a long time, he really approached it just like a troll. And I think that it undersold his actual capabilities, his abilities. He's a highly intelligent kid. He's a full-grown adult. You know what I mean? He's highly intelligent. And he's very well-spoken. And that's how I know what he was doing was kind of like an act to an extent. And he knew what he was doing. That act got him where he is. That's back to my original point. But now that he's where he is, now he can change the act. He can just be, I think, himself.
And sharpen that sword down, right?
Yes. And that is the guy that's dangerous to the left because he's an effective communicator, well-spoken, highly intelligent, knows a lot of the history of religion and politics. I'm telling you, the Nick Fuentes a year from now, 2 years from now, who's going to be not unrecognizable, but very different than the Nick Fuentes you've seen in the past, that's the guy the left is terrified of.
Yeah, that's the guy that runs for office, right, David?
Maybe. I think he did say it's potentially an aspiration of his.
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
Because honestly,
we are in the age of influencer politics. AOC, Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump.
I was just going to say,
Marley Taylor Greene.
Why wouldn't you? The answer is because what he does now, I think, is more powerful.
Nothing's more powerful than power, David.
I think this is the power. Information is the power. I don't think having fake roles of power is the power.
Well, David, if there was no power, Nancy Pelosi wouldn't be able to outpace the fucking S&P 500 over a 50-year time span. You're right, David.
Last chat real quick from Dre 2E, like Dr. Dre. Is Mossad wanted by the ICJ? I don't know. Weren't they looking into like war crimes and stuff? I don't know. I don't think so, to be honest with you.
Well, what more can you say? But I hope you guys check your candy tomorrow to make sure Nick Fuentes isn't in there spreading anti-racist stuff. Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble. for the greatest podcast in human history. As always, I will be raiding lost arks and finding the Ark of the Covenant. As always, David, I will look forward to you being my Indian compadre that speaks perfect English but is a midget. And do people still watch Indiana Jones? A 27-year-old told me she don't even know who Indiana Jones is, but she knew that Harrison Ford played him. Isn't that odd?
I don't know. I don't think it's super.
Look, Han Solo's dope, but Harrison Ford's greatest role was Indiana Jones. Okay, let's be honest. Just fucking before George Lucas put him on, Steven Spielberg put him on. And those who don't know shit about film, Steven Spielberg and George Lucas are fucking friends. So Dave Ryan, December 1773. Catch us on Rumble. Enjoy the candy. David, I love you. I'll see you guys on Monday.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, Chad.
Go